Good morning, buddy.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
My guy, what you got on that head? What?
Krang. I got the Krang.
You got Krang on the brain.
Got Krang on the brain. This is a gift from my buddy Matt. And yeah, I'm keeping my head warm. It's actually
Man,
kind of warm. It is pretty warm.
dude, that's amazing.
How are
That
you
looks
doing, man?
great.
Your hat's almost as cool as mine.
I got the I got the I got the George R. R. Martin hat. That's what Randall calls it.
Nice. It's looking
That's what
good,
he
buddy.
calls it. Let's see here. Are we live? We are live.
We are live. Yeah.
We are live. And let's see who we got. We got anybody in the chat? We ain't got nobody in the chat right now.
Mm,
But
mm-mm.
that's all right. Oh, we got
Hey, there
Andy.
we go.
Hey,
Tried and true, man.
look
Andy.
at that. All
Morning,
right.
Andy.
Yeah. Right now, I'm trying to pull down a video that I think we're gonna need. I'm trying to do it right now. It's giving me a little bit of trouble. So, won't you welcome the guest to the show? And
Got Brian Carr so far.
oh,
Good
look
morning,
who we got
Brian.
here.
How are you today, sir? We're working
Having
on some
some
little
technical
video.
difficulties. That's what we.
Yeah, we're trying to figure something out. We'll get there. We'll get there. What's everybody's plans this weekend? I think I'm going to
Yeah. What are you doing today? What's your day?
hang out at
What's your day
home,
like?
dude. I think she wants to go to the movies tomorrow, so
Mm.
she worked overnight. So tonight she's just gonna rest, or today she's gonna rest, and then tomorrow she's off today and tomorrow. So today rest, and then tomorrow she wants to go see Mufasa. So we're gonna go see that and
Ooh,
go get
nice,
some street tacos and check out a GameStop, stuff like that. How about you? What you
nice.
got?
Let's see. Today we are. Oh, we're probably gonna go to the movies either tomorrow or Monday. And we're gonna go see the Lord of the Rings ride,
Mm,
War of the
want to see
Rohirrim.
that. That's what I want to see. But sometimes you got to let the sweet lady choose. So
That's right.
she
That's
picked
right.
Mufasa, and I'm like, okay, Sonic on Monday, nice. I really liked the first one. I didn't see the second one, but I thought the first one was good. Anything with
Yeah.
Jim Carrey is
Yeah.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
good.
Absolutely. And then on Christmas Day, actually, Christmas Eve, it kind of sucks because Christmas Eve at 8:45, Nosferatu opens, and I'm a huge
Oh,
fan of Robert Eggers.
oh man,
So
me too, dude. Yeah, we'll probably go Wednesday. I want to take my father-in-law. He wants to see the Bob Dylan movie.
oh yeah, a complete
Um,
unknown.
yeah, so I'll probably take
That
him to
looks
see
good.
that on Wednesday, and then maybe that this next weekend we'll go see Nosferatu. But I gotta see that.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
up,
that
J
looks good.
Mac in the house?
J Mac in the Hales.
Are you
Sorry
off
if I'm a
now?
little distracted. I am. I'm trying to figure out
All right, you
how to.
you focus on that, and I'll do the chit chatting and talking with the peeps.
But we can go over what we're going to do today. It is
Okay.
our last show of the year, and dude, if I'm not mistaken, which it's possible I could be, I think this is our 30th episode.
Is it for real?
I think it's our 30, number 30.
Wow.
I can tell you real quick. Hang on, real quick. I can tell you
Andy says,
because.
Mark, we can barely hear you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thanks, Andy, for that heads up.
Can anybody hear me now?
Get that sexy voice going. Randall in the house. Let's
Oh
talk
yeah,
Lido.
yeah. Oh, that's because we've been talking about the news that Jared Leto was cast as Skeletor.
Oh, Leto. I was thinking Lido like Duke Lido. I don't know why I was
I,
thinking.
I've heard it pronounced both ways. Pronounce as you wish.
We'll
Andy,
just
is this any better? Are you hearing me any better, buddy? Is this any better? Let me know. Yeah, he was cast as Skeletor in the upcoming movie, which seems like it's
Mm,
getting off the ground at this point. This seems like this one's going to take, and this is going to be the one that gets made because we've had some close calls, but it hasn't happened yet.
I mean, when actors are attached, it kind of sometimes greases the wheels and gets things going.
Yeah.
So,
How do I sound to you, Greg? Do I sound okay?
dead sexy is how you
Okay.
sound.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's probably Andy.
That's okay. That's okay. Oh, look here. Look here. Hey, thank you. I like to wear it when it gets cold. And today I have on my frames that are candy canes and snowflakes.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, Joshua, you should be because we were waiting to get started until you got here.
Yeah.
Okay. Andy says I'm still pretty quiet. How do I sound to everybody else other than Andy in contrast to Greg? How do I sound?
Test. Microphone test. Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Andy,
All right. All right, buddy.
it's you, buddy.
Andy, you're gonna have to get those ears checked.
Clean out them potatoes out of them ears.
Okay. I had to do an update on my downloader. And now I have. Okay, now let me do one more thing, and then we're going to get this show on the road.
They're saying you're quieter than Greg. Andy is right. You sound quiet. Sounds splendid. Greg is just a smidge louder. I mean, I'm got that voice, man. What can I say?
I hope you guys can see me just completely goofing.
Patina
around.
Prince in the house.
What?
What's up, Matt?
My goodness. I can't believe it.
Not working.
No, I can't believe he's here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Matt. Matt's the man.
All right. Sorry if you guys are. I'll fool with my. My thing here. I'm gonna diddle my diddle and see what's going on.
Thanks for stopping by.
Any
Matt.
better?
Appreciate you. I think you sound great.
Okay. Hey, somebody tell me what's on the screen. What are you guys seeing right now?
I see just the double jointed screen, kind of like the intro screen.
Okay, has it got little boxes in front of it?
No.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I'm uploading a video because we're going to be talking today about a couple of things. So our show today is going to be, it's our last of the year. It's episode 30. It's amazing. I can't believe we've done 30 of these things already, including a live one at Legions Con, which was insane. But we're going to be doing some pickups because we got some pickups, last pickups of the year, I believe. Mm-hmm. And then not counting Christmas Day. Then we're going to do our top 3 Superman action figures in honor of the Superman trailer dropping this week. And then our double down is going to be the Superman trailer. We're going to take a look at that trailer. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to see what's what. But there we go.
It was a good idea for a show too. I was like, yes, here we go.
Okay, we're going to get back to it. Now I've got it uploaded. We're all good. So let's get down to business. Okay, look at this. Are we allowed to get excited for the Motu movie, or should we wait? No, I'm going to say let's go ahead and get excited for it because it seems like it's actually going to happen. Before, we'd get a director, we'd get a writer, and then the director would walk. And then somebody would get cast as He-Man or Prince Adam, and then the movie studio would say, we don't want to make this movie, it's going over here. And then we would get excited because like Netflix got it, and then they would announce 2 new directors, and then a new writer, and then it would fall apart, and then it would get sold and go to somebody else. And it's been, hit or miss. It's been spits and starts, kind of like the Blade movie. But this time, like, we're getting a full cast reveal. I mean, we know 10 members of the cast at this point. All major characters have been revealed. We have, Man-at-Arms, He-Man, Prince Adam, Teela, Skeletor, Trapjaw. I mean, we're getting a good, solid. One of them was like Wolfman or Bullman or something like that, and I'm like, really? Was Beastman not available? Because, like, I don't like when movies do this. I don't like when they pull obscure characters or make up new characters. Like, it's one of the reasons I hated that first 2 G.I. Joe movies is because they're like, let's just make up characters, and like, we don't have to.
Right. Yeah,
because
I'm not a fan of that either.
there's no need,
That
because there's like 7,000 different characters in the G.I. Joe universe. We don't have to make them up. Same thing with Michael Bay's Transformers movies. We don't have to make up Transformers. Like there's a lot, there's plenty, but I think we're actually getting there. I think this one's actually going to happen. Yeah, life is short. Let's get excited. Um, so many Superman memes. Goat Man, that's the one. I was like, yeah, what? Yes, just make it Beast Man. Uh, okay, this is what me and Randall got into this morning. So Randall was like, we were talking early this morning. I agree with you. I think Leto's a really good choice as Skeletor. I sent to Randall was I sent him the scene of Jared Leto as the Joker at the end of the Justice League, not from Suicide Squad, but from Justice League. In that scene, he is silly, he is psychotic, he is scary, he is intelligent, all of this in like a 5-minute scene. And I think all of those things represent Skeletor. I think Skeletor can be silly, but I think he could also be scary and psychotic and smart. And I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to be, I think he's a great choice.
I think he's a good actor. Everything I've seen him in has been amazing. Like I mean,
Except
he's
for
got the
Morbius.
acting. Except, well, Morbius. He
And
was.
that's what
I don't
Randall
think
said. Randall's like, but dude, look at him in Morbius. And I'm like, but dude, look at him in the 78 other movies that he's been in where
I,
he is amazing and
I,
he gives his all.
I think the make or break is going to be, for me. This is just my opinion. The outfit. I hope that they kind of. I mean, they can modernize the outfit or change the outfits a little bit, but I think Skeletor needs to be Skeletor. Like, don't mess around with. I always have issues with comic books or where they don't really respect the costume or what makes the character the character. The first Marvel movie, I think the Punisher was Dolph Lundgren, and he had like a skull knife. Like there was no like connection to. I think he's talking to his kids or something. But I don't know. I just like I was kind of thinking it'd be cool to have like Jared Leto as Skeletor, but maybe have like a CGI face. Um, I respected like in Dread where he never took his helmet off. Like that was cool to me. Like I respect that. It's like we all know who it is. You don't need to show your face. It's like we know who you are. So hopefully it'll be the skull, CGI skull or something. We know it's Jared Leto. It doesn't need to look like Jared Leto. So
Right. I'm okay if he's got a CGI face. Hopefully everybody can see me and hear me. I don't know what happened. I disappeared while talking to my kids. I'm glad Andy brought up the 87 movie because come on now. Uh, I was the prime age to enjoy this 87 movie. And Frank Langella's Skeletor was amazing. But any He-Man movie that starts off in a chicken restaurant parking lot on Earth, I would have loved to have been in that meeting room when they're like, okay, all right, we've got a whole movie about a planet called Eternia and all these heroes and villains. And they're like, let's start it on Earth behind a chicken restaurant in Alabama. Does that make sense? Sure. Why not?
let's do it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, look at that mug. Look at that.
Nice.
That's Baby Grogu.
It's
His
a lot
holiday
smaller
mug.
than the mug last week, though. Last week it was
Yeah.
like a jug.
It was. It was. Okay, let's get into it because we've had enough technical difficulties this morning. Let's go ahead and get to our pickups before this show completely gets
Let's do it.
set on fire. All right. You know what? This is just how it's going to go today. This is just how it's going to go.
It is what it is. It's okay.
Who
Barbecue.
doesn't love barbecue?
Sounds
That's
good.
right. Yeah, I think it was a barbecue restaurant now that I'm thinking about it. All right, buddy. I think you've got more pickups than I do.
I've got about
Why don't you-
10-ish.
Jump in there, man. Let's do it.
I got.
I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties. You know what? It would have to be on the last episode of the year. Everything just goes haywire.
Got Cammy.
I can't
My
wait to get her.
third Jada figure, I think.
Who else do you have? Fei Long and who?
Chun-Li.
Oh yeah. Nice.
I had
That's
Evil
right.
Ryu, but I think I traded it or sold it. I'm not sure.
One of my first pickups was actually a really fun one. I've already taken him out of the package, but it is the McFarlane Toys
You just can't wait.
Justice League
That is a
Armored
nice,
Batman.
nice.
And I'm
figure.
going to tell you, I do plan on doing a repaint of this guy, but this guy is pretty fantastic right out of the
That
package. I mean,
cape, dude.
the cape is amazing. Look
Yeah.
at it looks like it's a heavy wool cape, but it's not. It's very light, but it's got this nice wire. It's frayed on the bottom. It does need some weathering. He's a little too clean for me, so I think
He
I'm going
needs
to
a
give him a
wash.
wash.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely getting a wash. He comes with some gripping hands, but nothing to grip. So gonna have to take care of that. But yeah, he looks fantastic right out of the package.
That's a nice.
One of the best. Let me say this: if I was doing a McFarlane top 10, he would be probably number 1 of the year.
Yeah, you posted a little video of him on the turntable, and I was like, whoa, like that cape kind of convinced me that I might need that figure because
It's a really good cape.
Yeah.
And how many times do we get to say that about a McFarlane Toys figure? He had a really good cape.
Yeah. This I picked up. Where did I pick this up at? I don't remember, but I was out and about. And
Magic.
Oh, GameStop. It was a GameStop. I guess these are reissues. I had one before, and sold it on Mercari, and I saw this one. I'm like, yeah, I like Magic. It's cool. So I picked it up.
Speaking of Mercari, for a lot of you who either don't use it or haven't used it in a long time, or like me, was using it until they updated their pricing structure this year, they're walking it back for 2021.
You saw that?
So they added like this pretty arbitrary fee that was it was just literally just a fee because they wanted to add it. And it was like a percentage of whatever the sale was. So like if you were going to go buy, let's say like a $40 or $50 figure, your additional fee for no reason was like $6, $7, $8. And for me, like that single fee just kind of like took the incentive for me to use your platform right out of the game. Like I immediately deleted Mercari from my app. I mean, from my phone, because I'm like, okay, if I'm looking for a deal and I'm looking for a $50 figure and I find it for 40, now I've got to pay shipping, tax, and some arbitrary fee,
right,
which puts it back up over $50. I could just buy it brand new for $50, whatever it is. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, I'm sure they saw a huge drop in sales when that fee thing came, because I browse, but like it's got to be something I'm really, because you got to factor in now this stupid fee. So
yeah, exactly.
It's lame.
So they're now walking it back. They said they're now going to charge a very minimal. They're getting rid of that fee, and they're charging like a little minimum fee to the seller, and then a little minimum fee to the buyer. So they're kind of breaking it up, but they're getting rid of like this arbitrary fee. So
that's how it should be.
It's so let me get this straight. You guys are falling in line with exactly what eBay has been doing forever. So great. Good on you. I appreciate that. Little Mercari side note. My second figure that I picked up is again another McFarlane Toys. Shout out to my friend Spencer locally who found this for me. But this is the Dawn of Justice Superman False God. This is the Platinum Chase.
Oh, cool.
So this is the Superman that was the statue, and so he has False God spray painted across his chest. Cool. You can't really get him in that exact pose that the statue was in the movies, but you can get pretty close. He has a silver cape, which is wired. Thankfully, they went with a cloth cape so that when you bend him, you can get him in. But one of the things I wanted to point out was, I don't know if this is an updated head sculpt, or maybe it's just that it's all one color. You can actually focus on the sculpt, but this head sculpt looks better than any other Henry Cavill sculpt.
That's good.
But
See a little
I
Chris
have,
Isaac in there too, though.
yeah, little Chris Isaac. The deadly game we play.
No,
Um, I,
I
um,
fall
I,
in love.
I pretty much have every McFarlane Zack Snyder figure that they've made. So I gotta
Nothing
have it.
wrong with that. No, nothing wrong with that.
Let's see. It was an insane drop. Yeah, yeah, he would know. Randall would know. That's his job. He knows this. The fee to the buyer is similar to eBay. Yep.
Mm.
Sorry, no, not the buyer, the seller. Maybe
I
he doesn't
mean,
know what he's talking about. I don't know.
it just needs to be fair, you know. I
Hmm.
mean, you took away the fees to sell and put it on the buyer, and it's just not. It needs to balance. So
Yep.
hopefully this will be, you know, because there should be a fee to sell and then a fee to buy, I
Right.
guess.
Andy, if you don't have it already, you're going to be able to get that red and blue Superman now. He comes in a 2-pack with Doomsday, and that Doomsday looks pretty amazing. And I think he's going to come with the spear that I can put with this guy. So
Mm.
that'll be pretty fantastic. And William is right. All the new McFarlanes going forward in 2025 do look like they're going to be coming with a lot more stuff. At least the ones they've shown so far look fantastic. All the new Batman figures look great.
I
Yep, that
got
was my
Batman.
second pickup.
I got Batman. This is the red.
Ooh,
I'm a sucker for red
yep.
costume characters. This is kind of like a from the poster, I think, from the Batman movie. For some reason, he was in red. I don't know why, but I don't know. I just liked it. I thought it was cool, so I picked
I
this
know that
guy
you are a
up.
sucker for both female figures and red vision.
I am. I am. Yes, sir.
Um, we're going to be sticking with the theme of McFarlane Batman this morning.
Okay,
This
let's
was a
do it.
set that I wanted, and then I was like, I don't need it because I have the blue variations of all of those figures and vehicles. But Target, I mean not Target, Amazon had it up for like $28, so it's like marked down from 50. So I jumped on it, and that is the Superpowers Black set of the Batwing, the Bat Whirlybird, and Batman. And this is really cool because the Batman is the repainted Batman that they have, and it
Ooh,
reminds me very much of the Kenner
yes.
'89 Batman line when the '89 Batman movie came out, and they just repainted some of the Superpowers figures. You
Mhm.
remember he had the belt that you could pull the whole belt and let go, and it would retract in. But it reminds me of that. I love Batman. Anything Batman, I'll buy. So
That's a handsome figure for sure. Bob Kane's original design was red as well. Yeah, I think so. Thank God for Bill Finger.
yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure. Those two balanced each other out, and we got what we got because of them. This was a gift from my buddy Eric. Christmas gift. Thank you, Eric. We got
Nice.
more Madame Hydra. Good looking little lady there. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. Merry Christmas, sir.
Do you have a large Marvel Legends collection?
I do. I gave some away. I had a friend that lost his job, so I threw a ton of them in a box and just shipped it to him. But I still have a bunch. But I kind of took them down for mythics. So I just every once in a while, you know, I will see a nice, you know, Legends figure like this guy. He's still hanging around even after my top 10. I'm like, this figure is too nice.
I
Um,
wish I would have grabbed the video and sent it to you. I was on YouTube at some point this past week, and somebody else posted. I saw the thumbnail, and it was that figure, and it said, "Is this the greatest Marvel Legends figure ever made?" And that was on the thumbnail, and I was like, I should watch this video, but I already
it's
know Greg loves it.
stupid. It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. Comes with extra hands, extra head, superposable, not
Um,
rubbery.
I did not. My next pickup, I did not buy day one. Um, I was broke day one and couldn't afford it. I had to wait until I got paid, and then I got real nervous because they Four Horsemen posted. They were like, "Hey, we're about to pull this down. Better snag it." So I snagged it, and so I'm late to the game, but I finally got um, my Ghost of Christmas Past figure Obscura, and I can't wait to get into this and mess around with all the goodies. I'm glad it arrived before Christmas, so thank you, Diego.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I got that one and I got Marley, but they're Christmas gifts from my fiance, so I can't open them until Wednesday. Meow meow.
Nice.
But I'm excited to get those. My next two things are gifts from my buddy Matt for Christmas. Besides the Krang hat, he gave me a articulated
Nice.
icons and also the Victorian Vigilante pack. Thank you very much for those. I
Do
appreciate
you have
it.
that Gotham by Gaslight
I
Batman?
do. I just haven't opened it yet.
Okay, it's fantastic. It was
I
my
know.
figure of the year last
I've
year.
seen
And
your
that pack goes
review.
perfect with it. But even I was going to say even if you don't have that Batman, um that pack also goes great with like Doc Nocturnal
What about Conan? Maybe.
in some world, maybe. Uh this was a last minute surprise. I couldn't believe that this actually arrived before the holidays. It was delivered last night and it sat outside on
I
my
like that.
porch in the cold for about 4 hours before we got home. And I'm going to give this guy a very warm bath before I mess around with him because I don't want a repeat of what happened to you. But I got the Norseman. Look at that.
Nice. Mine's still in label printing mode.
Well, the cool thing is I didn't know this, but these things ship out of Florida.
Mm.
So they ship not too far from me. So I got mine fairly quickly. And I've never ordered directly from Frazetta Girls before, but I did with this one. And I got a little Frazetta Girls sticker or a Frank Frazetta Icon collectible sticker.
I did
got
not
a
get
little-
that. I want that.
I got a little thank you card on a really
Yes.
good card stock. And then best of all, check this out. I got a little postcard
Oh,
with some artwork on it. Not
That
of the
is
Norseman, but it
sweet.
is still beautiful. I don't have any
Very nice.
Frazetta prints, so that's amazing. All this was tossed in there. I've never ordered directly from them, but they make some cool stuff. That's
I was
awesome.
just mentioning Heinrich. He got his like super early. I don't know if he got it from Frazetta or got it somewhere else, but he got his like a couple weeks ago, I thought. I'm with you, Josh. It's been tough, buying figures and stuff when you got Christmas and the holidays and pre-orders that are ending and all kinds of stuff like Mythics. It's like, geez, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, my fiance, I'm like, could you buy me this for Christmas? So she bought me Marley and Ghost of Christmas Past. So I spent
my
her
wife
money
asked
and
me.
not mine.
She was she said, I just don't know what to get you fun for Christmas, and I was like, here's 2 figures from Big Bad Toy Store that I would love. Just pick those up. And
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
So yeah, I know with my figure, the Norseman for me, I had asked you guys like a week ago. I was like, where's a good place to get the Norseman? Because I hadn't ordered it yet. And Greg was like, use that coupon code and just get it from them. And I was like, that's brilliant. I didn't even know it was still in stock. And it wasn't. It was back on pre-order again. So apparently they had pre-ordered the figure. It came in stock. They fulfilled all the shipments. They went out and then they put the figure back up for pre-order. So I was like, that's fine. This is perfect. I was like, I'll pre-order it. I'll get it for the lower price. And then it'll come in sometime in January. That's great. I don't have to pay for it now. But I think it said pre-order, and then I placed my order, and then like the next day, it was like your order's processing, and I was like, holy crap! Like I didn't.
I like that.
So
Yeah. No, I like. I've ordered everything from Frazetta Girls, and they've been great. On the show, was it last week or week before? I had a figure. I had Tigra Snap on me, and
he's going to show off his figure of the year again.
Yeah.
There it is.
Snapped and it
Her
broke my
lower
heart,
leg.
man. I really enjoy this figure. I think it's a great figure. And I had sent an email and didn't get a response. And then Heinrich sent me a different email. They answered it like immediately and sent me a replacement Tigra So thank you very much to Frazetta Girls, Frazetta Icons, or Icon.
Whoa, they sent you a whole new figure.
Sent me a whole figure with a thank you and a saving code and all that stuff.
Wow.
So I'm that's great customer service. I really appreciate that they made it right.
I mean,
I was just asking
I expect
for a leg.
that maybe they'll send you a leg.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I'm a customer. I bought every figure from you guys directly. I love your stuff. I'm not trying to get anything for free, but if you can ship me a leg, that would be sweet. If not, I'll fix it myself, which I probably still will. But they're like, nope, we'll take care of it. They shipped it and sent it to me, and I just got it like a couple days ago. So I appreciate that.
Everybody, go to Frazetta Girls website. Go to their website, type in the code SAVE15, and you'll save 15%.
Yeah, that code's worked ever since Dark Wolf. So
do that.
Good
Do
stuff.
yourself a favor. Don't pay the extra high prices from everywhere else. That's it for me. That's all. Okay, knock them out because I have no more pickups.
Okay. This I got from Wolf King. Wolf King shirt here, Wolf King Customs. I got the Red Death retail.
Nice.
I had the original and I sold it. I didn't open it. I was not super stoked on it. This version, I like the colors better. So I'm happy to get that. He also sent a couple of little extra heads.
100%. They were like, oh, you mean the Schmerber?
Yeah, right. This, man, I'm a Godzilla guy. I got Godzilla's laying all over here. This figure, it broke my heart. I wanted it. It's from -1. They had a sale, like it was a black and white version, and it sold out as I was going to go see the black and white version. They had it on sale, and it sold out like that afternoon. So I was crushed. I was like, I want that. But so they had a warehouse find. So my only Black Friday thing, it wasn't really black, but it was like a sale. But for Black Fridays, they had a warehouse find where they had very, very limited stock, and they had this bad boy. So
that's the Super 7 one, right?
Yes, Super 7. Nice. -1 minus color, which that might be my movie of the year last year. I can't think of anything that really beat that movie for me. I was just in love with it. Loved the movie, loved the black and white, loved the story, loved the figures. And yeah, so that was my last pickup.
Sweet. That's awesome. Those are some good pickups. And to have that be like one of the last figures you get in 2024, that's
yes. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. So happy.
All right. We're not really doing an unboxing, but it is the next portion of our show. So we're going to get into it. So today, in honor of the Superman trailer, which we're going to break down and talk about in the next segment, we did want to show off our top 3 Superman figures of all time. And so you got your 3 ready?
I do.
All right, man. Why don't you kick us off?
All right. I had to really think about it. I have a little shrine of Superman ever since I was a kid.
Let me show that off because we have a picture of that. Here's Greg's shrine to Superman. If everybody can see that. Look at that. Got the little Superman ship from Kenner. Look at that.
Yeah. Yep. Dope. Yep. Yeah, there's a magazine back there. Oh, I love that magazine. It was kind of like
which Hot Toys Superman is that? Man of Steel or Justice League?
I believe it is Man of Steel.
Nice.
I could be wrong, but it's one of the best Hot Toys I own. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I think I need to own one of those. I don't have one. I did at one point. I think I've had every version of the Henry Cavill Hot Toys Superman at one point or another, and I
love that guy, man.
Gotten rid of them, all of them, but I need to have him back.
So I really had to think about it. So I'm going to go in order of the top 3. This is the 3rd. You were showing him off. I think it was yesterday, I believe. But and it was tough. Like I was kind of like looking at them both, like the Hush Superman, and then this freaking huge, chunky monster Dark Knight Returns Superman.
Thick boy.
And
Superman.
I'm like, this is how I see Superman. It's just like a big ass farm boy beefy, meaty, heroic, you know, like I don't know. This is and the figure, like the poses that you can get this guy into is just I
Yep.
mean, what negative can I say about this?
That is the Mafex, the Dark Knight Returns,
Yes.
Frank Miller inspired Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is an incredible figure. We're going
Yeah.
to be
This
seeing
is
him
my
again
number
here in a
3.
minute. Number 3, my number 3 is one of the ones you just showed, because I just think Mafex makes some of the best action figures on the planet right
They
now.
do, man.
And when it comes to Superman, they don't disappoint. So my number 3 is going to be the Mafex Jim Lee inspired Hush Superman. This guy is
Great
just
choice.
he's like a Jim Lee artwork, like come to life.
Yeah.
He poses so well, and he just looks great. He comes with so many like cool accessories and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know he's kind of hard to find right now. And one of the things that I love about Mafex is that they get it. They understand that a good Superman figure has to be able to look up so that he can
Mm.
fly, and all of their figures have a great neck joint on them so that he can look up. I love the Superman action figure. That's why he's number
Yeah,
3 on the list.
it's phenomenal. Looks like Emperor also picked up -1 minus color. So you and I, we were there, man. We were ready for the warehouse finds. We snapped it up. I was not expecting to drop $100 or $90 or whatever, but I had wanted it so bad. Like I wanted it more than the color one by far. So I
So
was
now that you have that, are you going to try to move your color one off, or are you going to keep them both next to each
no,
other?
I'll keep them both. Yeah, I love my Godzillas, man. Gojira.
If Super 7 runs a sale on the color version next year, I'll probably pick it up.
For sure. Yeah, they're
All right,
nice, man.
What's your number 2?
Figures. Number two. This figure, man, going way back, and I had so many adventures with Superpowers Superman. Like, this is not my original. I wish I still had it. Grandma sold it. Dang it, Grandma. But man, Batman and Superman, like the adventures, the adventures that I had with these guys,
Yeah.
just put them in my pockets and just had some great times. But yeah,
Now,
this thing.
Let me see if I can remember. Was it the original Kenner's Superpowers Superman, or was it the re-release when they re-released him in the '89 Batman line that had the magnet in the chest and it came with the kryptonite ring?
What?
And if you put the ring, the magnets were polar opposites, and
Never
so
had that. I did.
it's okay. It must be the Superman they made that when they remade him and put him in the Kenner Superpower like Batman line. In the he had a little ring that came with him, and if you put the ring near his chest, he would fall over because the magnets would repel each other.
I never
Oh, man.
never seen that. Yeah, no,
it was
I got this
in this
in
line. It was the
probably
figure that came in this line right
Mhm.
here. So it would have been this
Okay.
Superman right here.
Yeah, I never had that one. Yeah, I just had the superpowers when I was a kid, and I carried it everywhere. Like his little chest thing was probably rubbed off just from me carrying it around because it was just a perfect figure for me. Loved it.
Just for me personally, the Superpowers line is my all-time favorite action figure line.
What a
if-
line, dude.
If somebody told me you can get rid of everything you own, every figure you've ever bought in your entire life, they're all going to go away, but we will give you all of the figures in one line, I would trade everything I have
Yeah.
for that original Superpowers line.
I probably would do the very same thing. Yeah. I had Brainiac. Man,
Toy
Brainiac
Biz
was just,
Superheroes Superman. Yep.
Brainiac was the coolest damn
Yeah.
that silver, that vac metal or whatever it was.
But it rubbed off so easy. Mine was like white underneath because I
Oh,
played
yeah.
that Brainiac so much, and I loved Lex Luthor in his green and purple suit.
Yeah.
Man, the Joker
Yeah, it
squeezes
was-
his legs and he'd hit you with that hammer.
I never had the Joker or the Penguin. I was more like good guys, but I had Brainiac. I think that was one of the only Brainiac and Steppenwolf. were the two.
Steppenwolf was
Yeah.
I have two of those Steppenwolf figures. From one
Really?
when I was a kid, and it's all chewed up and gnarly,
Mm.
but then another one that's really nice that I bought as an adult because he was my favorite. I loved his design when I was a
Yeah.
kid.
I've got Dr. Fate over here somewhere on
Oh,
my top
nice. Yeah.
thing. And I got Robin over here. They love superpowers. Like I got the Batmobile. I don't want to dig it out, but yeah, I got the
Yeah.
Batmobile over here and
I have the original Batmobile as well.
Superman shit.
Dude, you know what? You know how we always joke that that you and I think alike? We almost, I mean, just about every single
We're
thing we
brothers,
do,
man. We're
dude.
brothers.
It's crazy because my number two, I'm so excited to see your number one now because my number two is your number
Mm.
three. It's the Mafex Dark Knight
It was
Returns
tough. That
Superman. This is the greatest Superman action
yes,
figure ever made. I just because I love the huge, bulky thickness
yes.
of him.
The
You know, he
hair,
has
the
that
chin.
S, and yeah, the way that Frank Miller drew him is just incredible. And this
Yeah.
is what I think of. I don't mind a skinny Superman. Like I know a lot of people right now are saying David Corn Sweat doesn't look big enough and beefy enough. I'm okay with a more slimmed down Superman, but this right here, like this is what I
Yeah.
think of when I think of Superman. I don't know why. This is
Kansas. Yeah, he's a
that corn
Kansas boy.
fed. That
Yeah.
boy was eating. He didn't miss any
Yeah.
meals. So yeah. So far, everything that we've shown off has been lockstep. So I'm excited. What's your number one?
I mean, I'm going all nostalgia. That superpowers. Well, I mean, the Dark Knight Returns Superman, like that Dark Knight Returns the comic, like was just blew my mind as a kid. I remember my grandpa took me to a comic shop, Sierra Comics, in Fresno. And let's see, what year did that come out? Like 86,
Yeah, it's
87?
it's yeah, mid to late 80s. Yeah.
So I was like, what, 10 or 11 or something? No, I was, how old was I? 13. Um, and the comic blew me away. So like that Batman and that Superman always have a place in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's one of the reasons why I picked that. And then in the earlier 80s, I got that superpowers Superman. So, the only thing I can do is go back further. And my number one is what Andy picked, the Mego Superman. This is an original one. It's not a repro, but man, this Mego, and I've said this on my show many times, Mego back then, I mean, yes, they're dolls, but I mean, they're action figures. Man, the articulation, the soft goods, the boots,
They
the
were the
cape.
Mezco. They were the Mezco
Yeah,
of their time.
yeah. They're just I would carry it with me when I was little, like 5 or 6. My mom she'd buy me one. I had Batman and Superman. Superman was my favorite, and they would get beat up. The dog would chew its head off, and she'd buy me another one. They were not too much money,
Mm-hmm.
and it kept me occupied. So I mean, this guy was, I'm running and flying. So this is my number one, no doubt, no question, number one.
No doubt, no question. Number one, I'm going old school too, and that's my superpower,
There
Superman.
you go. Yeah, man. I was like, which one should it be? Which one should it be?
I love this, and I got to
Yeah,
tell you,
it's
the
perfect.
one that McFarlane just released, not in their first wave, but the one that literally just came out, like this month or last month, their updated Superman
I
is
haven't seen that.
pretty spot on.
That's
I mean,
nice.
that's
He's
a
got a little tan, but looking
little
good, man.
tan, little tan, but so
That
much
body's
better.
good.
The body is spot on.
Yeah.
They have the S on the cape. This is a very nice repro of this figure,
Yeah.
but this figure here, dude, I didn't go anywhere without my superpowers.
Absolutely.
Superman and Batman, they went everywhere I went. Everywhere. No, this is not the one I had as a kid.
Yeah, me
The
neither.
S is gone, the belt's gone. His eyes were like, the blue was missing. I think the S had long since come off. This is a repro cape. But yeah, this is, dude.
I got a
Super
shout out
fun.
too to was it Kinner that made those?
Mm-hmm.
That C for the neck, that ring that fit perfectly over their neck and attached to cape. I've never seen the construction of that anywhere else. I've never seen any other toy line emulate that design, but it was perfect. Like the cape, like Batman's cape had the little, things in the bottom. But that C, oh, Hawkman, dude, Hawkman, I got that, I think, for my birthday or something, and I love that figure. I still love that figure. Whenever I see it somewhere at a thrift store or something, I'll pick it up. But yeah, that C ring for their capes was just such a great idea, and I've never seen anyone else do it. But man, that was a great, because the ring never broke. I'd take it off, put it on, take it off, put it on. Always stayed snuggy and held on to his, and it was just a perfect construction for that.
There's a
So
really good website out there, because see, with McFarlane, they leave too much material
mm,
hanging down past the C clip. So there's a really good website out there. I'll have to find it, but there's a guy who just makes custom capes for or repro capes for superpowers figures, and he does a great job.
I'll have to look for that.
Yeah. Yeah, man, dude, I can't believe it when dude, you're I mean, without the Migo, our lists were
Yeah.
identical, and we did not talk about this. I didn't say, "Hey, here's my
Mm-mm.
choices." I didn't know what you were going to pick, and
Yeah.
it blows me away
Yeah.
how
That
similar we are.
Superpowers was my number one too. And then I saw the Migo and I'm like, I got to go way back
Got to go
and,
back
and
even
pick that
further.
Migo because I remember as a kid just being in love with that figure.
Awesome,
Loving it.
awesome. All right, let me get back to the design tab here, and let's get to our double down. All right, I'm going to start off by prefacing. I know that there's a lot. I mean, I'm just going to give my overall thoughts real quick. There are a lot of people who have played Superman. Okay, not just Christopher Reeve, not just Brendan Routh, and not just Henry Cavill. We have all of the people who have played him through Smallville. So Tom Welling. What was the guy's name who did Lois and Clark? Dean
Dean
Payne.
Kane.
We've got the new guy who's on Superman and Lois, who I actually really like.
I haven't
Um,
seen that, but I heard it's good.
we only watched the first season, and I think it just ended, if I'm not mistaken, or it's about to end. I think did that show somebody in the chat who watches
Yeah, I
that show.
think the last episode just aired, I believe. So
And
I'll
that's
catch it. I'll catch it. I heard it's
yeah,
good.
that's been a good show. But I gotta say, for me, and this is just no disrespect at all. I think a lot of people. Yeah, that's for Brian right there. Um, I think a lot of people, whenever you say, like, if you choose anybody other than Christopher Reeve, people always go, but Christopher Reeve. Yes, I
Right.
understand the ground that he broke. I understand the legacy that he left. I understand the contribution that he made. And I think Christopher Reeve was far more than Superman. He was just an icon as a person as we come to know him.
Right.
All of that being, I'm not taking any of that away. I agree with all of that. For me, my Superman is Henry Cavill. I just love him. Strip away what people think about Zack Snyder, strip away what people think about his movies, strip all that stuff away. Here is a man who was born to a family of, like, I think he's got like 4 or 5 brothers. I can't remember. He's from a large family. All of them are in the military, or we're all in the
Mm.
British military, some form of the military, except for him. And he wanted to go and be an actor. And then he gets to play the most iconic hero of all time,
Mm.
which is crazy. So for me, this is a guy who was raised in a family who knows what sacrifice and service and dedication to others is, and he got to embody that as Superman. it was when people say somebody was born to play a role, I feel like he was born to play this role
I
because
think he respected it too.
and I think he did. I honestly think he did. I think he gave it his all. For me, I don't care who steps into the red and blues from here to eternity. It doesn't matter. Like he is just
Mhm.
my he's just my Superman. Like Andrew Garfield is my Spider-Man.
Right.
It's just that's just how it is for me. And so I love everybody who I think everybody who's ever done it has given to the legacy. And I think this guy David Cornsweet is going to do the same thing. He looks fantastic as Superman.
Mhm.
I can't wait to see what they do with this character. That being said, Henry Cavill's my guy. So
Right. No,
I will always compare everything to that, but I'm excited for what's happening moving
yeah,
forward.
I get that. I mean, it's like James Bond. A lot of people like me say Sean Connery was the best, but then Daniel Craig came, and I was just like, holy crap! Like this guy, really epitomized Bond in so many ways.
Yeah,
I
and then
I
look here, we've got Henry Cavill could potentially be Bond one day. We've also heard that Nicholas Holt may be a good choice for
Aaron Taylor
Bond.
Johnson.
You know, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I
So yeah,
I have a friend named Mike, and only watched the original Star Wars movies. He said anything after that is garbage. And
right.
I mean, I respect it. He stands on that hill, doesn't want to see anything after Return of the Jedi. It was dead after that to him. I respect
Yeah,
that. I get it. I get it. But I think and this is just if you really love the character, or if you really love Jedis or Sith or whatever, you want to see more. Like I love Superman and Batman. I don't have a choice. They don't put a vote for who becomes Batman or who becomes Superman. That's okay. You know, I will sit, I'll give them my money and check it out. Henry Cavill, dude, like it ruined my days when he was let go. And it kind of pissed me off. I kind of blame James Gunn, but I don't know what all went on. I think that DC was kind of a train wreck after Snyder, but I think it's not fair. That whole Snyder, like we could do a whole show on Snyderverse and all that stuff. Um, um, Henry Cavill, not Henry Cavill.
Brian Cornsweet is from. I thought he
Um,
was English.
I
Holy
did too.
crap!
I thought he was too. Wow, we got an
Wow,
American
dude,
boy in there.
look at that.
Yeah, I
That's
thought he was.
crazy.
I thought he was English too. But what was I saying? Shoot. Um, about Snyder. Um, his daughter like passed away, and so he didn't get to finish Justice League, and so a lot of people, judged that movie, and maybe it didn't make $800 billion instead of the 400 or 500 million it did make. So there was a lot of division and derision and all that stuff when it came to that. He followed his vision, and those movies I think were good movies. I mean, if you're a fan, watch the extended cuts of all of those movies, and they're like Man of Steel, like you were saying, Man of Steel is
Yeah,
your number one.
it is.
Um,
Yeah,
they're great movies, especially the extended, because they go into so much more
yeah.
story. But Henry
Yeah,
Cavill,
I don't really blame James Gunn and Peter Safran when they came in. I mean, you're looking at two two people who are really passionate about their jobs and they want to tell good stories, and they were immediately put in charge of this whole universe, and they had to make changes. They had to get fan buy-in. They had to make a hard stop
right?
of, this was before and this is now. I kind of wish it was a fresh slate. I wish that there were um no characters coming forward from, Zack Snyder's universe. But it seems like the young guy who was in Cobra Kai, who played Blue Beetle, he's continuing on. Like that's what I've read, that he will continue to be Blue Beetle. And I'm thinking of everybody who gets to stay on. That guy, really? But what I felt really bad for Henry because he lost the job after getting it back. So he wasn't
Right.
Superman
That's
for
what
so
bugged me.
long. Like
Yeah.
so long after the Justice League debacle, he was out. And
Yeah.
then The Rock was able to bring him back in, and he gets teased at the end of Black Adam, and then nothing. And then, like, literally weeks later, everybody
Yeah.
loses their jobs. And so
Well,
I felt bad for the way that it happened, but I get it. I understand. It's business, and we got to
right.
move on. And so I've been excited to see what James Gunn is going to do, and we got our first look this
I
week.
trust his vision. I trust his vision.
Yeah, I do too. Uh, I don't know. I was reading. Sorry, I got thrown off. She actually wasn't. He had two twin adopted daughters, and one of them committed suicide. And so he and his wife Deborah had to step away from the film and couldn't go back to it. And so the studio had already seen the movie and was like, hey, like this isn't fun enough. We need more color. We need more jokes.
Mm,
And they went in and had Whedon come in and make a bunch of stuff. And
yeah.
as we've learned, not only is Whedon not apparently a good dude, he made some questionable decisions. And
Yeah.
but neither here nor there. We're here for James Gunn's take on this. So let's get into it. Let's watch it all the way through, then talk about what we saw, and then go back and touch on some
For
of
sure.
our favorite points. And hopefully everybody can hear the audio as well. I don't know if that's going to come through, but we'll see. Can you see and hear this, Greg?
Yeah.
Okay. I like this like little fetal position. It's kind of like him crashing to earth.
It kind of humanizes him. And I'm thinking, what caused him to be that messed up?
Just the haircut alone on Clark Kent makes him look completely different. This is where the chill bumps start.
Crypto. Home. Take me home.
Gets me right there.
That's a good choice.
Superman.
That's tough. That's tough.
Oh, love that. Yeah. I'll be there.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into it. Before we frame by frame it, what was your initial thought when you saw the trailer? What was your first thought?
Excitement. I loved that there was a lot of color. Didn't know what to expect. Was happy. Like I read that he's got like it's no origin, like it's just jumping in. And I'm very happy with that, you know, like we don't need to. What's up, Trevor? We don't need another origin movie. It's like we already know the story. So yeah, I was there for it. Like I felt like I was in the theater watching it.
Yeah. Same. I got chill bumps a couple of times. I
Damn it,
when we
Randall.
see when Crypto gives him the lick and he's like, "Take me home." Ooh, that's tough. Like that gets me. Him saving the little girl. Chill bumps run down my back. That gets me. And then the little boy just lifting the flag and crying and calling his name, like hoping. Geez, why am I about to cry? Hoping that Superman comes and saves him.
That's what I love about Superman, though. You know, that hope embodiment, family, home, hope. You know, all those good values that mean something, that connect all of us. That's what Superman is. You know, so
yeah.
I
the
think
modified John Williams music, yeah, that's perfect. Even the font, even that font they're using is
yes,
a solid version of the knocked out version of the 78 Superman font. So
yeah,
yeah,
I
even the
love
font
that
choices.
he paid a little tribute, you know, there, and I'm sure there's
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
a lot more in the movie
Yeah.
to the original Superman movie. Because
Yeah.
I mean, we're all fans. We're all that age. You know, I'm sure
Yeah.
Gunn is about the same age as us. So, you know, he loved the movie obviously as much as we did.
Yeah. So let's get into it. So, you know, like we said, James Gunn has said that this is not an origin story. This is not. We're not going to see Superman crash to Earth as a baby. He's already been Superman for
Mhm.
a few years. The public knows him as Superman. All of the characters, he said, James Gunn said, all of the characters in the movie know who Superman is, with the exception of Lex Luthor, and Superman does not know Lex Luthor. They are the only two who have not met. Lex Luthor may know of Superman, but he does not know Superman, is what
Mhm.
James Gunn said. So, so any members of the Justice League or that we see, they already know who he is. Like he's been Superman for a while. So I do like this idea of starting the trailer off with him crashing to Earth and landing in what
Vulnerable.
almost like a fetal position, because this is symbolically, this is kind of like his coming to Earth.
Mhm.
And I like that the first time that we see Superman is not in a super pose. He's not
Right.
winning the day.
It's not heroic.
He's
He's
had his
vulnerable.
ass kicked. You
Yeah.
know, somebody is powerful enough to put him in this state. And just the haircut alone. I mean, you know, the glasses, sure, whatever, but the bumbling sort of like
Mhm.
he's kind of, you know, nervous energy that he has here.
Yeah.
I
That's
dig it, you know?
that's Chris Reeve, and also All-Star Superman had that kind of you know, kind of klutzy, you know,
Yeah.
just kind of struggling through. Look, he's trying to avoid, like, this dude could push
Yeah.
through. Like, he doesn't need to move out of the way, but he's
Right.
respectful, but he's also, you know, kind of awkward.
And he looks like he's nervous and in a hurry. This could
Right.
be his first day at the Daily Planet. This may be his first day. I love that. I don't know what he's trying to do right here. It's spitting, but he's trying to do the sonic whistle.
Can you turn the volume on the video down a little bit?
Yeah, let me do that. Okay, so this here is Lois Lane. She may be seeing Clark for the very first time. You know,
Yeah,
it's
that's
almost like she's just now noticing him. So this literally may be his first day at the Daily Planet. We don't know. And
She
what's
looks
he
like
looking
Kate McKinnon to me
at? She does. You're right.
from SNL.
Not your typical Kansas farmhouse.
It's like a
either.
ranch.
This is not, you know,
See you, Brian.
iconic.
Safe trip.
Yeah, man, absolutely, absolutely. Be safe, Brian. This is you know, the one of the things that struck me is that this is not your Zack Snyder iconic,
Yeah.
you know, Richard
It's
Donner,
modernized a little.
This is a like kind of like a 1980s, 90s
Right.
style house.
Yeah.
It's not that
Yeah.
big. It's not fancy. It's literally like an everyday house, you know?
What kind of car is that there? Did you
I
see?
don't know. Oh, let me back it up and see if we
Who's
can.
the dad?
I can't tell. Yeah, it doesn't.
I'm not
look
sure
like
who
truck.
the dad is.
I don't know either, but this is also an odd take for me. This is not what we typically think of when we think of Pa Kent.
It's not like the
You know?
stoic, you know,
seems like an everyday guy here.
I still think of Kevin Costner with the,
Sure. Yeah.
you know, with the tornado coming. Man,
Yeah. Let's see here.
you think so, Trevor? Like she knows his
Yes, he's-
identity already? That would be a great turnaround, though. Like she is not dumb; she figured it out. Like this guy is obviously Superman. That would be a
Yeah.
cool, you know, twist. And
We're
that
going to
like
get
the
into
glass-
it because, yeah, we're going to get into that because we got some hints in the trailer here. I also love, James Gunn's a big dog lover. He's
Yeah.
a big advocate for animals, and so throwing Crypto in there, insane. And also just including Crypto is already James Gunn saying this is different. Okay, like we're
Right.
gonna have, we're coming from a DC universe, and as much as I love Zack Snyder's movies, and I love them, but Matt Reeves's Batman, Zack Snyder's Batman, they don't even exist in a world where Robin is not silly. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
they don't even exist in a world where we can have a Robin because that seems too silly in those two worlds.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But James Gunn is like, hey, guess what? Dog with a cape.
That's why I'm excited, is because we're gonna see stuff that we've never seen before. You
Right.
know, like it's his vision. So, the Snyderverse, completely different. This completely different vision. So who knows what amazingness we're gonna see.
Right. I remember at one point DC had yet to cast Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and they did not have a Wonder Woman movie off the ground yet. And I remember Guardians of the Galaxy had already come out. And I remember seeing this meme on Facebook where somebody said, DC can't get a Wonder Woman movie made. Meanwhile, Marvel's got a raccoon with a machine gun. and that's how I feel about Crypto. Like we live in a world where we haven't seen a realistic take on a Robin in a movie since Chris O'Donnell and those disasters. And here James Gunn is like, hey, Crypto, the Wonder Dog is in the movie, so suck it. Let's see here. What is let's see. I think they may already have a relationship going into the movie. They start the romance had been done too, so I can see I'm skipping the whole. Yep, it's very possible. It's very possible. And it's different. Gimmicky? I don't know. Don't know.
We'll have to see the
Alright.
movie. I mean, we don't know how big of a part he'll play in the movie.
Right. But dude, come on.
That was a great idea. Yeah, I would love that they would be in the relationship already. I think that would be cool. She already knows who he is. Because it's kind of like new ground, for the movies. Superman 1 and 2 of the original, like it was all, banter and first date, are you real? And like that kind of thing. And this, it would be cool, like if he just bypassed that and they're already, dating and stuff.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and expose one of my toxic traits here. Henry Cavill is so much my Superman that for the last year or so, I've been like, this movie is going to be fun. I trust James Gunn. I love his movies. He's going to give us something amazing. But he's not going to hit me the same way that Cavill does. And this shot alone is the one that just makes me go, gosh, dog it, man, he did it. like he did it. Like this to me, this is just perfection. The slow-mo, the way he's protecting her head, the way he's like, I'm going to take all of this and it's not going to hurt and she's going to be safe. This reminds me of the scene in Justice League or Batman v Superman, I think is what it was, where it's at the beginning. It's from Bruce Wayne's point of view. Ben Affleck's looking up and he's seeing Zod and Superman fight and all the stuff is raining down and that cloud of smoke is like filling the street and everybody's running out, but Bruce runs in. This is what that reminds me of. This is just perfection.
The epitome of a hero.
Perfection. Gosh, though. You still hear that whistle, by the way.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
Gosh.
It's like some kind of
Mm.
battle. His suit is
Yeah.
burned right there. People are turned against him.
Yeah. So now we see here we have, gosh, this little kid. Yeah, you've
This
got the
reminds me
crowd.
too, where in was it Justice League or where they turned against Superman?
So yeah, I mean, slightly in most of Zack Snyder's movies, the public love him, especially if you think about that scene where it's that little montage of Superman saving all the different people.
Right,
and
they're
he
touching
lands
him.
in Mexico, and then everybody
Yeah.
wants to touch him because he's like a
He was
god,
kind of a
but
god
yeah.
to
But
people.
then, yes, in the court scene, like when he lands in front of the Senate and turns himself in, yeah, there are people out there cheering for him and cheering against him. But yeah, here we have something where it looks like it looks like he's turning himself in. We do know that he gets arrested in the film,
Right.
because there's the
The
famous,
footage.
scenes from behind the scenes of people, paparazzi getting pictures of him in handcuffs, of him being fighting and being brought in by a man dressed all in black with a U on his chest, who I don't know who that is. He looks very much like Black Noir from The Boys. There's a woman dressed all in black, but you can see
Could be
her
a
face.
CG character too, maybe.
But yeah, so I think we're going to see that guy here in a minute that I just
Thanks,
mentioned
Andy.
on the battlefield. Yeah, I mean, where the people have to turn on the hero. Yeah, I mean, public is going to do that, and then he has got to somehow win them back.
Look at the neck piece goes over his.
Yeah, little Stag Industries teaser there.
I didn't notice Hawkwoman was right behind him.
Yeah,
and then who is that behind Guy right there? Is that another lantern?
No, that's Hawk Girl.
No, look right there behind Guy. It's a dude, isn't it? Or is that Hawk Girl? No,
right there. That's Hawk Girl. Yeah.
There's no helmet on, or she took her helmet off.
No, she's got her helmet on. You may need to
go backwards. Go backwards, please.
Yeah.
See, maybe that's Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, I don't see anybody else in the scene but Hawk Girl. She's right here on the far left, right above the ET logo. Maybe you're seeing something I'm not seeing.
It's the next scene where Guy is walking and he does the ring thing. Okay, I see her there.
You're right. You're right. That does look like Mr. Yep, that's Mr. Terrific. Yep. So yeah, we don't know what's going on here. Or is this like part of the Justice League showing up and saying, "Hey, you've definitely got to turn yourself in"? Or are they here and they're like, "You can't do this. What are you doing? You got to get out of here."
Right.
Like, I don't know. We don't know what's going on here.
He's kind of cordoning off the building from people, maybe.
Yeah. This shot of
love that
Hawk Girl, man, she looks tough.
So who is this behind? Oh, that is Mr. Terrific. It looks like.
Yeah, that was Mr. Terrific. Yeah. And then here is Superman facing Godzilla. I don't know what's going on here. He's going to fight a big old monster.
How to Train a Dragon, but bigger.
Yeah.
The face is kind of a rounded.
Yeah. This scene here also is kind of
behind.
This is kind of weird too, because I've seen some reviewers talking about, all right, what's going on here? Is there some giant like energy monster that's just laying waste to Metropolis? But then Clark, if you look like it's Superman, if you look, he's holding a cup of coffee, like he's holding a cup in his hand, and he's just like, "Hey, I think we need to talk. Like, can you hand me my boots?"
I don't think that was I don't think it was a danger thing, because like in that first poster we got, he's like putting his clothes on, and then the background you see that.
Yeah.
So, and they're like kissing and stuff, and it's in the background. So I don't think it's. But I think it means something else.
Let's not bury the lead here. Here is Lois, and she is looking at Superman, not Clark. This is Superman. So she sees him in the suit. He's got his suit on right here, you know? And then here she is kissing. Now,
I didn't notice. Yeah, and I mean the fridge.
Kissing Clark.
The fridge.
Yeah.
They've got the apartment. So yeah.
Now she's kissing Clark. So I think Trevor may be right. I think we may go into this movie and she already knows.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I'm down for that. He's got more to lose.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, because look, here are two back-to-back scenes of her. It's actually a sandwich. So we see her talking with with Superman. Now here she is kissing Clark, and then the next shot is, well, actually no, it's not the next. I don't know. Can somebody explain to me why he's so upset over this robot dying?
I think who was it, Terrence? Somebody broke it down in our chat
Oh yeah,
about
it might
this
have been
robot,
Jeff.
or who it might have been. Yeah, it's probably Jeff. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. All right. So this is clearly the Fortress of Solitude being created. Then we have Metamorpho. So here's Metamorpho right here. So he looks good. If you look, you can actually see down on his shoulder. Well, our faces are kind of obscuring it, but if you watch this without our overlay, you can see that part of his shoulder has got like the purpley rocks on this side, and this side could be more orange. So you know that classic Metamorpho style, but Metamorpho here, this is the only shot we get out of the trailer. Some massive building falling over.
Lex looks beat up.
Baravian troops amassing at border. That's the little kid, I think. Is that the little kid from before? Superman being dragged by Crypto. All right, so this is the guy that I was talking about that we see in the behind the scenes footage that was captured Superman. He's got a black face and black goggles.
Okay.
Big, big U on his chest. Then we see Mr. Terrific, who looks incredible. He looks so good.
Yeah, he does. They really respected his outfit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It shows
here
you
we
some
are
stuff.
again.
Yeah.
Here we are again. She's kissing Superman. He's got.
But why did they hug? That was kind of weird. Like, it looked like he was gonna kiss her, and then she went for a hug.
Yeah, she's keeping him in the friend zone.
That was kind of strange.
She's like, "Sorry, I can't kiss you because I'm dating this guy named Clark."
Yeah, because he's like kind of going in for a kiss, and then she like hugs him. So I was like, that's kind of weird. But maybe it's maybe I don't know. Who knows? I'm for it.
Could be one of his servitors from Fortress of Solitude. I think I've probably watched this trailer now, I don't know, 20, 30 times. I love Goosebumps, apparently. When I knew that James Gunn was going to do right by Superman and Batman was when I saw his Suicide Squad movie, and he made Polka Dot Man a credible character.
Love Polka Dot Man.
I was like, are you kidding me? Now I know a lot of that is David Dastmalchian. That guy can do no wrong. He's a fantastic actor.
Absolutely.
Talk about somebody who turned his life around. This was a guy who was severely addicted to heroin and was probably close to dying, let alone having a popular career. And then this guy is now one of the best character actors we have. He's fantastic. He's such a good dude. He does a lot of advocacy work about drug addiction and recovery. And listen to the dude speak. It's amazing. But he's always had, some great roles. He actually played one of the cops in Nolan's Batman movie, The Dark Knight. He's actually in that. And then to see him come full circle and be Polka Dot Man and bring that to life. But again, that's James Gunn. That's, he gets it. I mean, he made Peacemaker. He made my wife, who doesn't like silly stuff, love Peacemaker. And she doesn't like John Cena, and she doesn't like silly stuff. And Peacemaker is one of her favorite shows. So,
oh yeah, it's so good. I need to rewatch that. They just finished season 2, didn't they? Filming it.
Filming it. Yep, exactly.
Nice.
So
Emperor. I need to pick that up.
Man, look, we've gone a little over an hour. I appreciate all of you guys sticking around, listening to us ramble, hanging out throughout all of the technical difficulties that we've had this whole show, but also hanging out for the last 30 episodes that Greg and I have done. This has really been a lot of fun. I know that there are weeks where I don't feel like filming. I know there are weeks where Greg probably doesn't feel like filming, especially when he was working late. And, we show up, you show up, you guys show up, and we have a lot of fun. We talk about action figures, and, we're just having a lot of fun here. So I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. You guys have made the last 30 weeks. How many months is that? Math. You've made the last half of this year incredible. Absolutely.
We appreciate that. Live makes it so much fun. I love that interaction, and moments like this, that just makes it special. But yeah, I appreciate you, Mark, and I hope we can keep doing it. I look forward to more episodes. I look forward to it every weekend. I look forward to taking a break too and
Yeah.
sleeping in a little bit. But
Absolutely.
no, I had so much fun, and thank you guys very much. Thank you for hanging out with us. That means so much that you guys take the time, an hour and a half out of your day to hang out with us. That means a lot. So, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's going to do it for us. This is a wrap for 2024. We will see you guys again in 2025. So thank you so much. Happy holidays, everybody. Stay safe. And we can't wait to come back in January and see what everybody got for Christmas. If anybody got any
Absolutely.
Christmas goodies. So
Absolutely. You
from
guys stay safe.
me and Greg and Superman, happy holidays.